Wow, what a freaking win. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Mets Central, and today we are recapping the next game where the New York Mets beat the Texas Rangers 7-6, making it 7 wins in a row, and 7-0 since the whole Grimace thing. It's honestly insane to me, this entire thing with this team right now. 2 games below 500, sliding into third in the NL East because of the fact that the Nationals lost. We're going to talk about and break down this game. Before we do, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're a Met fan, and turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live. Unbelievable with this freaking game. Like, I don't even know what to say. Carlos Mendoza pantsed Bruce Bochy, and that's just insane because the first month or two of the season, which is really when I was like consistently uploading on this channel, I talked about how much Carlos Mendoza was making questionable decisions off the rip and how we were all questioning just him in general being the guy. But the past few weeks, wow, he is pantsing managers because tonight, all over Bruce Bochy. And then Bruce Bochy himself, though, made some terrible decisions. But the main thing that could have really backfired, where Mendoza could have absolutely pantsed Bruce Bochy entirely, was when they intentionally walked Iglesias later on in the game, and then Tyrone Taylor went up to bat. If Taylor got a big hit there, would have been insane, would have been electric. But either way, I mean, the Mets win the game, so who the hell cares? But first inning, Mets go down in order. Bottom of the first, the Rangers almost go down in order. There was a Josh Smith single in there. Severino, though, I'll explain what went down in my head with Severino. Second inning, though, Mark Vientos. You guys know I'm a Mark Vientos truther, and he hits a home run to give the Mets a 1-0 lead in the top of the second inning. We are feeling good about ourselves here, and I'm like, the Mets are just going to cruise their way, and unfortunately, that did not end up being the case. Granted, Severino didn't really get into trouble until about the third inning, where he allowed a single to Ezekiel Duran. Tavares hit into a flyout and then walked Semien, and then a wild pitch by Severino, because Severino, a lot of self-inflicted wounds from him, although there was something that did correlate to the fact that he had a poor fifth inning, which we'll talk about. But Corey Seager ends up getting a ground out, but it drove in a run to tie the game up at 1. Not the worst case scenario, honestly, but the Mets top of the lineup, not really giving much, unfortunately, as that was the case for a lot. But the fifth inning, Vientos and Alvarez back-to-back singles, and it just sucks, too, because you get 2 on, no out, and they only muster out 1 run as McNeil hits into a force out, because McNeil is just an automatic out for this lineup, unfortunately, still. Harrison Bader grounds out, but thankfully that brought in a run, then Lindor got out. It just sucks that there was no better plate approach, especially McNeil. Like, the guy was swinging at the first 2 pitches he saw up there. I don't understand what the plate approach was from a guy like McNeil there, especially a guy that, and again, I know he's aggressive, and I know that that's a guy that won the batting title by being aggressive up there at the plate, especially with his rookie season, or more so 2019, technically, if you want to count that as rookie season, whatever you want to say. He was, you know, known for being a first pitch, second pitch hitter, and that's where he made his living. But you got to adjust, man. And then we get to the bottom of the 5th, and in my head, I'm like, all right, Severino gets you 5-6 innings. We're feeling good. And he got the 6 innings part, but he did not get through it smooth sailing like I thought. Duran and Tavares get singles back-to-back, and the Texas Rangers actually capitalize on it as Semien lined out. And then this is what annoyed me so much. As much as I was raving about Mendoza before, I did not like this decision, or whoever's decision it was in that dugout, to have them shift there instead of playing double play defense. Corey Seager hit to a T what would have been a double play if they were not going with a slight shift there, and then it ended up resulting in a single for Corey Seager to tie the game up at 2. And then Josh Smith ends up hitting a home run 5-2 as Severino just hangs a cutter. And then a couple batters later, Langford crushes a home run. And it's just like, why is it that it always has to be this way? And then the 6th inning, Nimmo gets a leadoff home run. You're like, you throw your arms up, because it's like, of course, no one's on base when top of the lineup gets going a bit, right? Which they didn't really after that. But then we get to the 6th inning. Leclerc comes in, and Vientos and Alvarez get back-to-back singles, and then McNeil strikes out there again. Terrible plate approach by him. DJ Stewart comes up the pitch hit and he walks. And then David Robertson comes in, and you just had a feeling that he was just going to pants the Mets. But thankfully, a ground ball, and Lowe just absolutely botches trying to field it, which, by the way, in the 5th inning, Lowe absolutely botched another play there, too, which really helped the Mets win this game. Lowe and Bochy being moronic really helped the Mets in this game, to be honest with you, outside of course, them getting contributions from up and down their lineup for the most part. But that ended up bringing in a run, 6-4. Huge run there. 7th inning, you have Diekman come in after Severino gets out the first batter, which Semien I thought was setting that over the damn wall. Gets the 2 outs, and then in the 8th inning, the Mets just pile it on. Martinez strikes out. Alonso and Marte, though, back-to-back singles. Vientos with a ugly strikeout, but Francisco Alvarez, which I wish the Mets would just freaking extend the guy before it gets to Pete Alonso territory, and he gets an RBI double, ties the game up at 6. And again, another poor decision by Bochy. Why is David Robertson in the game after he allowed those 2 singles? I don't know if they're bullpen's tax, but that was just really dumb on their part. And then, like I said, they walked Iglesias intentionally, and Tyrone Taylor had a chance to make Bochy look even more dumb. But in the 8th inning, Reed Garrett, who is better than Mariano Rivera, by the way, of course, gets that 1-2-3 inning. And then Kirby Yates pitching in the big 2024 is nuts to begin with. But Lindor strikes out, Nimmo walks, and then a catcher interference, which they had to review. Of course, they ended up overturning it to a catcher's interference because originally they called it a foul. Pete Alonso with a double. You get the contributions there. And then Edwin Diaz allows a single because a brutal attempt to field the ball there by Mark Vientos, which can't call an error, though, because of the way it ended up landing. But either way, gets the double play, gets the fly out, and the Mets win this game. Edwin Diaz looking a lot better, which is a huge step in the right direction for this team, because what did we talk about all of last year? There were so many chances where they could have piled on a lot of wins if Edwin Diaz was there, and unfortunately, they could have piled on more wins at the beginning of this year if Edwin Diaz was in peak form, and not the case. But who cares now, because the Mets still have a chance to make the playoffs, and they do. Then hell with it. But they got contributions from up and down the lineup. Like I said, start of the game, you got a lot of it from the bottom of the lineup. Vientos and Alvarez really stepped up big. And then late in the game, you got the clutch hitting from Alonso. You got the clutch hitting from Nimmo. Got the clutch hitting from Marte. And you're starting to see this lineup just really be cohesive, which is what we've been asking for all of the freaking season, and unfortunately haven't got until now. But again, they made the playoffs. Who the hell cares at that point, right? So half a game back right now, and I'll tell you right now, I tweet it and I'll say it on video so it's on the record. If the Mets find a way to pull the World Series out of their ass, I will get a Grimace tattoo with the World Series championship, year and everything next to it. But yeah, I'll do it. I'm committed to that. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment your thoughts down below on the game. And yeah, turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And I'll see you guys in the next one.